the west coast in the morning to find a place where no one knows our faces or our names. If we don't...
Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. I know if you follow my pages or a post I done on YouTube, I did say I'll be on Chesil twice this week. I've not made it. So yesterday I come back from the Isle of Wight festival and it was brilliant. The ferry got delayed and we didn't get home till super late. My laptop died at the festival. That's what I get for trying to work when I should be having fun. So my video on Monday was put forward to Tuesday. This is now the Thursday video and I was due to join Max this morning, Saltwater Max, down on the beautiful Chesil Beach in Dorset. And I had to edit all night. We didn't get in till, I don't know, gone 1, 2 o'clock. Spent 4 hours editing the Chesil Beach video, which should have been done the weekend. So here we are. I'm not moaning, I'm very lucky. Hopefully you are not. We've been on Chesil 3 weeks or 3 sessions in a row. And my plan was, as I mentioned, to go back. But we're here. We're here on the mighty, the dirty, the stinking Bristol Channel. Yeah, I've just got to be honest with you. I've just got to sometimes take it easy. I'm actually going to Poland tomorrow. So where I live as a crow flies, probably 3-4 miles, maybe 5, I just can't count, away from Glastonbury Festival. For 26 years I've gone. My parents used to own a fruit and veg shop in Glastonbury, so we used to go when we were kids. This year, we've decided not to go. So we can't be around our house because you just can't leave. And I don't want to hear the music from my house and be sat at home. So we are off to Poland tomorrow. Yeah. I've never been to Poland, so I'm very much looking forward to it. So it's a little break for me to spend some time with my wife, the printer, not the witch, remember, and Finley. So we're going to do all the, you know, the places to go, Auschwitz, and yeah. When we go away, we like to have a look around, and yeah, I'm looking forward to going to Poland. So here we are. I fly out actually. It's 6 o'clock tomorrow morning from Bristol. So I'm here fishing. England play football tonight. Their third game. That's going to be shat, I already know. Oh, can't really say that. My missus would go mad. That's not what you say. You say, it's going to be brilliant, I know. But you know what I mean. So on one rod, I'm going to fish big. I'm going to fish squid, whole squid, for 3 hours down and 3 hours back up. And on the other one, I've got some blow lug. And I'm going to fish size 1 hooks. Well, actually, I'll fish my Shore Hunter loop rigs. Size 1 and size 2 I've got. Maybe, hopefully, for a sole, a flounder or a bass. And on the other one, probably a thornback ray, maybe a conger eel. And if I'm very lucky, as I've got no peeler crab or any prawns, I could pick up a smooth hound. I've not fished this area for 3 weeks. As you know, I've been hitting Chesil quite hard for you. Stopping the death rats. No, I'm joking. I get it. You guys get a little bit frustrated when I don't go on Chesil, and I get it. I do too. But it's actually fishing really hard at the moment. So it's kind of hit and miss. We've definitely got a chance, or a better chance, of a bigger fish here today. If we get a smooth hound, it could be 17, 18 pound. If we're very lucky, we could get a nice thornback ray, 12 pound. If we're lucky, we could catch a 3 pound sole and a 2 pound flounder. But I am literally talking out my ass, and we may actually blank. But I could catch all those aforementioned fish, but I probably won't. So don't turn over. It's just fishing. I'm very lucky. What I'm going to do before I get into the serious business is show you my rods. As you can see on the left here, I've got my competition blackout out of Tronics Pro. I've been using these rods since they come out. I actually done the promotional work for Tronics Pro on their YouTube channel when I used to work for them. And on the right hand side, I've got the Any Fish Anywhere Tournament Match Pro, the big girl, the 1311, I believe, 150 to 200 grams, big rod. As I mentioned in my Chesil video, I am going to be using my Any Fish Anywhere, or the Any Fish Anywhere, moving forward for the next couple of years, but I'm not sure which one. Well, I am, and I already know kind of that I'm just going to fish with the Match Pro. Not just, it's a beautiful rod. It's a little bit smaller. I used it for the morning on Chesil and I absolutely love it. Today, you may be thinking, why haven't you bought it? As I mentioned in my previous videos, I've been lucky enough that Any Fish Anywhere have loaned me a pair of rods until I make up my mind. So this is a tournament. I'm not really sure on it. It's absolutely beautiful, but for me, all right, I'm 5'8", but this is a stunning rod. I just like the shorter rods, as I mentioned quite a lot of times before. I will be pairing them up with my casting specials, which I've given them a service. I took them with me to the festival. That's how I roll. And I give them a nice clean and an oil up, and hopefully it doesn't sound like a flock of geese flying over, which someone pointed out, for a brand new reel. I haven't sped them up, I've just cleaned them up. I like to fish with my fishing reels as fishing reels. I've got some new line, I can talk to you about that. But mostly, I'm gonna sit back in the sunshine. We're gonna get some baits in the water. We are 3 hours before low water. It's a 10-meter tide, a lovely tide for me. As you can see, the tide is ripping from right to left. Normally, I go on that point and I fish right into it. But today, I wanna try for a flatty in the backwater. When that tide turns, it's gonna come straight towards us, and that's when we could pick up a smooth hound or a bass. As I mentioned, I serviced my reels the weekend. I don't really do anything to them. I clean them up. I haven't changed the bearings. So a service for me is cleaning them up and get them working properly, hopefully. I've also got some new line to try. As I mentioned before, I'm freelance now. I can do what I want. So I've got some brand new line, which I'll show you in a minute, from Asso. It's to be used at night. You can use it in daylight, but it's pretty cool. It's a new one out, but I'll talk to you about that in a minute. I've also got some new tapered leaders, which I like using. As you know, I love using tapered leaders, even in the Bristol Channel. I've got some from Cedra, which I'll show you in a bit. They are from 20 to 80 pound, which is fantastic. This new line feels great. See, that's nice. No problem there. That's good. Right, what I'm going to do, I'm quite happy with that. I'm not really going to be banging it. Get some rigs out. As you know, all the rigs I use on my videos are for sale on the shorehunter.com or my YouTube channel. So if you're new to fishing or can't really be asked to make your rigs, then check it out. Or just buy them and copy them. How's your fishing been? You've been getting out? I hope you have. As I mentioned lots of times, it's a great time of year to go out fishing. If you go out 5 or 6 times a year, go out in June and July. Not only is it nice weather, it's fishing all right. These are my own rigs, all right? When you get yours, they won't be like this. They'll be all separate. Mine's in a bit of a heap, just because I grab like 3 or 4 off the side and chuck them in the same bag. Yours won't come like this, I promise you. They come all nice and neat, as you know if you bought some. And quite a lot of you have, so thank you. It helps me out massively. All the money goes back into the fishing, as you know. I'm never going to be rich, but I'm having a go. There we go. It's a beautiful day. To be honest, I almost sacked it off because I'm going to Poland in the morning, and it means I've got to edit all night again. But yeah, I'm glad I didn't. especially if we get a few fish. Should do. It's a nice tide. So first of all, just by luck, because it's the first one I've grabbed, I've got a pulley. So as I mentioned earlier, I'm just going to go whole squid, bop it in that tide run, poo or bust. Put the ratchets on, hopefully, and get a nice smooth hound. If I had crab, I'd be pretty confident, but I'm not. But I'm still confident. So my first bait today is going to be some squid. Normal squid, riot bait this time. Oh. Hopefully there's a few fawnies. You get a bass on squid. You get hounds on squid as well, actually. I don't think they're super fussy. They just prefer peeler crabs. What you want really is them competing, and then you can catch them on anything. When there's just one or two, I think you struggle on squid. They just want crab. I think they just switch on to naturals, and they just are not really interested. One good thing about using fish baits or squid, it's what someone taught me a long time ago, is once it's out there, all the crabs come along and get on your bait. So the hounds come along, see all the crabs, nail it, nail your bait, and you hook them anyway, by default. Good shout, eh? So sometimes when it's really hard, even out here in the channel, I'll just put half a side of mackerel on. And it works. Or just get some hardbacks. I might have a look around in a minute. Smash a few hardbacks up. Oh. Through the shoulders, into the Swede. Remember, head is important. Hatua! I'm not even doing that, alright, by the way. That is all over my social medias. It's quite funny though. The Hatua girl. When we went to the festival the weekend, people were shouting it, and it's quite funny. Oh, I don't know. It's just a laugh, isn't it? This is really thick bait elastic. I've said that before to you, haven't I? And I still bring it out. It's actually the bait elastic that I use in Norway for strapping massive baits out. Anyway, there's a whole squid on my 5-foot pulley pennel from the Shore Hunter range at shorehunter.com. I don't need to cast a million miles, probably 60, 70 yards. And what I'm going to do, remember to counteract the tide, I need to cast a little bit right. If I was just to get on that point, the tide rip is 10 yards out. Here, hopefully, I can get a bait out there without my line getting swept round and pulling me round. I can let a little bit of line out, as I've done before, like up tiding, and it seems to work. But there we go. Little flick. Nice. Right on the edge, exactly where I wanted it. The wind's against tide at the moment, which is quite a pain in the ass. Let's see what we've got here. And there we are. That's settled. It's not ripping round. There. 7-ounce gripper, just like that. We're fishing, everyone. I'm super pleased to come out. I didn't want to let you down and not put 2 videos up. So bear with me. I'm feeling a lot better from my recent COVID. The witch is better. I mean, the printer, she's doing all right. So we're both good. Let's do some fishing. So what I've got here, as I mentioned, I've got my Tournament Match Pro. I'm going to put my second reel on. I'm not really sure which one of them it was, but one of them was really playing up. So hopefully I've solved As you can see, that's holding nice in the tide. When the tide turns, it's going to pull, it's going to come from left to right, so I won't cast this far. Normally I get right on that point, but I've probably only got about 2 hours of the ebb. It's a real nice tide for out here, so hopefully I should be able to fish it like I am. When it's a 12-metre tide, it's an absolute pain in the ass. But today I've managed to hold on a 7-ounce, and as you can see, that wind is actually blowing my line from left to right. So it's wind against tide, which is a bit of a pain. Right, what I'm going to do now is have a cast for this one, exactly the same. 2 or 3 overhead bumps, just to see if my line lays good, which I know it probably isn't, because I wound it on in my kitchen with a wet towel. There's 2 other people fishing out here. Just a little gentle little flick. Get one of my loop rigs out. I've got some fresh blow lug, local dug blow lug. I didn't dig it, I bought it. Not enough time. But yeah. One of my loop rigs, size 1 hooks. Hopefully for a sole, or maybe a flounder, or a bass. Oh, any fish really. Ah, the hook shot. It's gone right in my welly. As we've done before, small hooks will catch you any fish. Big hooks will catch you big fish if they're hungry. So I've caught massive fish on size 1 and 2 hooks. So if a smooth hand comes along and nails some blow lug, which can happen, we've got a chance of getting it in as well. Oh, let's get my bait needle out. Try and keep your bait out of the sun. Nice. Just got half a pound. Just to have a go, eh? It's quite a thick bait needle. I'm going to swap it out in a minute for a thin one. Don't worry, if we get any action on the squid bait, I'll bring it back. I'm not really expecting loads, but who knows? There we go, just like that. 2 or 3 worms on every one. So you can get a nice sole or a bass. The last couple of times I've been out down here, I've caught a few bass. If you didn't watch the videos, so it's been all right. Back in my cool box. Nice worm. Look at that. Bristol Channel blow lag. Hopefully to catch a Bristol Channel fish. So what you need to do is pull the stop knot down to keep the bait all nice and compact. We've done this before, I know, but there you go. Oh, it's got me in the eye then. Ooh. And there we go. That's my Shore Hunter loop rig, loaded with blow lug. Let's go. Try and get a sole, yeah? Oh. Oh, it's slippery out here. Nothing fancy. Nice. In the slack water. Oh. But yeah, I've got £15 worth of money of blow lug, and I've got 2 packs of squid, so I'm just going to keep it going in. Oh, in the worm car. Yeah. I'm just going to fish hard. Oh, it's very beautiful today. I think it's 27 or 28, but the wind is pretty cold, but it's one of them where luckily I've got a load of sun cream on because you can't actually feel it. Oh, these reels are so quiet now. And there we are, untouched. Got a bait ready anyway. Speed fishing. Go up there. Double squid on a pulley. Rare. It's quite hard to walk on these. Get it out there and get it out in that tide without getting it right in there, you know? That's fine. It's on the edge. A bit like me on the edge, mate. I'm joking. Tighten up on it. Tighten up there. Right on the sand there. Right. Come on, fishies. Everyone at home, come on, fishies. Let's get one, eh? Sometimes I haven't got 12 hours to go out fishing, so 5-6 hours it is, like a normal session. Right, I'm going to bring that one in. Just put some fresh blow lug. Just top it up. Ooh. Nice powerful rod. Still got bits of bait on, which is a good thing about the Bristol Channel. Just keep topping it up. Right, I'll top this up, I'll get it back out. Oh. Well, as we're coming up to low water, what I like to do here, when I've got no tide, is belt it. Get it right out there for the first push. Because before I've had smooth hounds and cod here at low water, when it's just changing out there and just starting to move. Sometimes the fish can hold up out there. So I'm not going to do anything super duper fancy. I'm just going to hit it a bit harder. See if we can get it out there for the turn. Nice streamline bait. There we go. Nothing fancy. Just a little bit further in that tide run. Hopefully, there's a smooth hound out there, maybe a bass, or even a thornback ray. So as you can see, that tide is ripping now. The left one, I've got my loop rig with blow lug on both. And on the right hand one, I've got a single squid right in that tide. Come on, fishies. Where we get tide, we get fish. Sometimes. You know what I mean? Come on. If I had peeler crab, I'd get a hound for sure. Well, I'd like to think I would, but they take squid. Come on, fishies. Look at all my bait on my loop rig. Look at that. There's got to be a fish out there. Got to be, eh? There's no point going down now and casting. I can just cast from here, let a boa line out. Distance isn't key now. Not really. Just plop it out there. Like that. I scared a fish, yeah? Maybe a mullet. It hit the water and a fish jumped out. Typical way. I've seen a fish. I'm sure it's a mullet. I bet you've had that before yourself, yeah? You see it hit the water and then a splash behind. Come on. Come on, fishies. Half an hour into the push. We've got tide. We've got bait. We've got willpower. We just need a fish. And my reels are running super smooth. I forgot my fishing hoodie. So I got my Nike one. So when my missus sees this, she's gonna rip my bollocks off. So there you go. You know how it goes. Normally, before I film, she'd be like, did you wear that fishing? I was like, no. Now, I get caught out. The camera doesn't lie. Like the fishing. It's hard, mate. Oh, come on. We're okay. We've got a good hour left. Hour and a bit. Good fishing. Beautiful weather. Just takes that one fish, yeah? And there we are. It's the first one in. The whole squid, untouched. I'll get the second one in. Just got to keep all my kit out of the water. As you can see, it comes in pretty quick. The second rise and fall of tide in the world. When it comes like this, you need to just go. I can move back, but it's just not worth it. Oh. Oh well. And there we are. This has been the beautiful, the mighty Bristol Channel. The fishing has been fantastic, but the catching has been pretty poor. I've had a great day. I feel alive after the festival and my little COVID strike. It's been great to be out. It's been 5-6 hours of my life looking at the tips, watching the waves, watching the wildlife, but unfortunately I didn't catch any fish. So as you know by now, it's a privilege to be out for you. Thanks again, everyone. Sorry it's pretty poor. Sorry I didn't get the Chesil Beach, but my life has got in the way a little bit. I'm off to Poland in the morning. When I come back on Sunday, next week I'll try and get out 2 or 3 times and make some nice videos for you. So that's all I can say. Yet again, sorry I blanked, and I'll see you somewhere else very soon. Cheers everyone, look after yourself, let's go.